Good day, everyone. Tim from Timber Visions here, and today I got some special freight that I'm going to show you. The Woodland Mills stump grinder. All I did was take the cardboard cover off of this. They wrapped these bad boys up pretty nicely. So stick with me and we'll get this metal taken off and the bra and panties off, if you will, and show you what we got. So at the base here, there are nut and bolt on each side. Metric, maybe? Yep. 13. One of those in each corner. Okay, we got the 4 bolts out. Now we should be able to just lift this metal cage off. That probably is part of why shipping is so expensive. What I do is pack it in there securely. A little stretch wrap. I'll get something to cut these straps off. I tell you what, brothers and sisters, it is just a beautiful spring day here. Today it's like in the 70s, hardly any wind, just beautiful. It's like a sign in the heavens. WG24 Woodland Mills stump grinder. Inside of this box, this is zip tied in, is the PTO shaft. And I put some bolts because we have to put the deflector on right here. So, and then we have our manual tube. You gotta have a tube for your manual. And I think that goes right here. So we'll need a screwdriver for that. Get that put on. So in the owner's manual, right at the top, there is this sheet. Prior to operation, ensure all 34 teeth are torqued to 160 foot-pounds. Using torque wrench and 24mm socket. Refer to the section of the owner's manual. There's a lot of good stuff here. You can pause it and read it now if you'd like. Okay, I loosened those 4 bolts, 2 on each leg, out. Connected the owner's manual tube, and then this top link was upside down. There's a carriage bolt. Loosen the nut here. and swing it 180 degrees so it's like this. It says right there in that tag, top link bracket must be rotated 180 degrees before stump grinder, using stump grinder. So inside the owner's manual tube there were some bolts and washers, and then this handy dandy tool that I think this is sized for the carbide teeth. So we'll continue on with what the owner's manual says, but the top link has to be rotated up this, not down as it comes shipped like that to save room in the pack. These bolts, washers, and nuts go through that and then get connected up underneath. So I'll do that off camera because there will probably be some cursing in doing it. Okay, all 4 of those tightened up. Bolts, washers on each side, and a nylon lock nut. 19 millimeter was the size I needed. I have a 19 millimeter socket, but not wrenches because I live in the United States. Anyway, next thing to do is to put a deflector on, and look at that, the nuts and bolts are in the deflector, so we'll do that next. Okay, these use a 13 millimeter, just like all the packing nuts that were on there. Bolts down from the top and nuts on the bottom. So just like this. Okay, so here's the chainsaw holder and the jobber. Which I don't know if I'll ever use, but comes with it, so just will mount her up. And it also has nylon nuts, washer on each side. This one is 17 millimeter. Okay, the next thing I need to do is connect this to my tractor so that I can check and see if the PTO shaft has to be cut or not. But you can see down under there the spindle for the stump grinder, and here is the PTO shaft for it in all its glory. So I need to get my tiller off, put my quick hitch back on, and then we'll be back. Okay everybody, it's a totally different day. That pesky regular job got in the way, so I've been gone for a few days. Anyway, I'm back and need to slip the clutch on this slip clutch here. So you can see that paint stick mark. This is the flange where it connects to the stump grinder, and then here's the PTO shaft that goes to the back of the tractor. So in here there's 2 plates you can see in between that paint mark there. I have backed off all these bolts to where they're loose, pretty much. And I'm going to go around and double check that all those. But basically you want them almost to the end here of the threads. Then I'm going to start the tractor, engage the PTO a couple times, and then make sure that these two marks separate. Then I know that these two plates are not seized together. Then I will tighten these back up to the specified for the horsepower of my tractor, and we'll go over that when we do that. And then we'll be ready to grind some stumps. Okay, we'll start the tractor, and just at idle we'll engage that PTO a couple times. Definitely accomplished that, but we'll come in for a zoom together and I'll show you that the paint marks are not next to each other anymore. Okay, you can see the half of that paint mark there. Oh, I got it. Disengage the PTO. As it comes around now you can see the mark from the other side. So the PTO shaft is spinning, and this was just kind of going like this. It's barely moving on this side. So now I will torque them, or not torque, I will set the gap from here to here, the spring height for the horsepower of my tractor. We'll go over that here in a second. Okay, we're sitting here in the tailgate of the truck. But for the horsepower of my tractor, which is 18.5 PTO horsepower, 1.26 inches is what that spring length needs to be according to the manual from Woodland Mills. So we did this step 4. Now at the in 5 we had to make sure that that white mark had moved from each other. Now we'll tighten it up to 1.26 on each of those springs, like it shows here. The spring height is between, it's basically just the spring height, not the nut, not the flange, but the space in between. So I have my nifty digital calipers, and I will adjust all those to 1.26 inches, and then we'll come back. Okay, now I got all these set between this plate and the end of the spring right here is 1.26 inches all the way around. I've done these, and it's like 2 to 3 threads outside the bolt, so it's not very tight, but it's specifically set that way for the horsepower of my tractor, so of the PTO of the tractor, to be specific. So anyway, now we're set to grind, and we're going to do that in a separate video. And I have a camera that's mounted with magnets. I'll just pull it off. But here we go. Let me widen this up. I have a camera that I just have some rubber coated magnets on the bottom that bolted to the frame. So this is an RV camera, and I just stick it right to the bottom of the quick hitch there. Then my wires come up, tuck it underneath the foot mat there, and comes up to this display that I can see from the driver's seat, and it is all powered with this cigarette lighter deal that you plug in your, I don't know if all tractors have this or not. I know mine does, and it's pretty handy. It also has 2 USBs here for power, if you wanted to do that. But anyway, I tuck the power underneath the seat, come over, and I have excess cordage, and I just zip tied it to my seat belt deal there. Left a little slack here for the 3-point going up and down, and I have it aimed so I can see pretty much the wheel. I want to see the wheel as I'm grinding. So this should help tremendously on the neck strain, because there was a tremendous amount of neck strain looking back at this thing. And this way I'll be able to see it really well, and then I can take the 2 inches at a time that you're supposed to do. So thanks everybody for checking out this setup video, but coming soon will be the running video of the Woodland Mills WG24 stump grinder, PTO driven stump grinders. No hydraulics needed. I know other companies have them that are also run by the PTO, but then they have hydraulics to go left and right instead of forward and backwards. But for this size tractor and the lack of rear remotes, this is what's going to work best for me. So thanks everybody for stopping in today. Until next time, be safe, brothers and sisters.